I've tried to make 3D games before, and all that you need to know about them is that every last one was a failed project. I tried to make 3D games in Godot, Unity, and even engines that you've probably never heard of. They all didn't get far because the way to make them was too complicated or confusing. Then, out of the blue, GDevelop, the game engine that I use, said this.
Have you ever wanted to make a 3D game using GDevelop's no-code system?
I was quite excited because GDevelop might finally make 3D doable. I started with this little base scene. I was very excited by how quick it was to make. You may notice that this guy isn't 3D, he's 2D. That's because I want to keep this game manageable, and one part of doing that is making it 2.5D. I don't have enough experience in 3D modeling, so things like characters and enemies will stay 2D. I started by making the first character after a few iterations. He's a magician. After, I drew a background, which I think adds atmosphere to the game. I then drew this guy. The font's kinda whack. I really like how the text moves. The general idea of the game is really simple. You want to buy a ticket to the city, but you don't have the cash. You have to do things like kill enemies to get money. Another way to get money is to pick an apple with magic for this guy. I've tried making the trees, but because GDevelop doesn't have 3D lighting, it's been hard to make a 3D tree look right. I did figure out the physics stuff for the apple though. I demoed it with this rock. I also drew up a merchant and his shop. I'm yet to add his dialogue. Outlines and glow effects were another thing that I added. I feel like they add a lot to the game without being that much work. I also added some plants, and then made some basic enemies. I'm thinking of adding at least one more, something like the Mario Piranha plant. These three all just go back and forth. If the player bumps into them, he will respawn back to the start. I also made slightly different, more moody ground for the enemy's area, which I'm planning on making a forest. Fog is another thing that would be cool to add here. I added a basic attack. The player can now shoot magic from his wand. This can kill enemies. You can also save a fellow wizard by breaking the cage he was trapped in, presumably by the monsters. This is another way to get coins. This was very satisfying to get right. Just to assure you that I have been 3D modeling, here are some of the models that I've made. I will have a video out soon about these. Blender has been having some trouble working on my computer, which is one of the reasons that these are not yet in the game, but they soon will be. I have more things planned for future devlogs for this game. So far it's going smoothly, the best any 3D game by me has ever gone. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch a video on my most recent game about GigaChads, please click on the video here.